Hey, friends.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome to episode 5 of
External Validation, the podcast. Wow. We're like midway through our season.
I'm shocked. I am bewildered. I am excited. I feel
Tingly.
Sensationalized. I mean, we are just all of the adjectives.
We're what I'd like to say moving fast but slow, kind, but also different and weirdly fun.
Like I always say, a Gemini and a Pisces walk into a podcast. That's
Said
it.
no one ever. Yeah, it's one of those things that when you really think about it, a Gemini and a Pisces walk into a bar, it's kind of like
who would have
crazy, right?
Not
when you
me.
think about it, like, what are the odds? Two astro signs really colliding in full force in that way. Amazing.
Which is so funny for me because normally Geminis and Pisces don't get along, but all of the closest people in my life, my husband is a Gemini, my best friend is a Gemini, my now business partner, Chris.
I love how you refer to me as your business partner.
Listen,
like,
you know what? You don't deserve anything more than that.
Yeah, but it's kind of like sitting here being like, yeah, the closest people in my life. Like, I feel like I'm a credit union.
At one point you were.
You go, my loan officer. You go, I've actually,
Listen, my mortgage lender.
Yeah. Or like, where I feel like I'm the person that like bags your groceries or something like that.
Don't disrespect yourself like that, Chris.
No, but you're like,
you're
my
the guy
husband.
that puts my card away.
You're honestly though, like, fun fact about myself. So I actually worked at NetGrocer as one of my jobs when I was younger.
What's it called?
NetGrocer. It was part of ShopRite. It was like and what it was like these people would, so in one of the larger ShopRites in North Jersey, they had this like massive international section.
Okay.
And so from people from all around the world would call in because they had this international section that was so enormous.
Really?
Yeah.
What
and
ShopRite was this?
Bergen County.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And so as a result, I worked there and I would basically do this grocery shopping. Have calls with the people from around the world and you would ship their items to them. It was kind of cool.
That's nuts.
It was almost like, I guess
they offered that.
It was kind of like an Amazon fulfillment center, but it wasn't like an Amazon fulfillment center. It was a grocery store, but we would package it up, ship it, and bring it out to them.
Is it food items or any kind of items?
Yeah, food items.
So you would be shipping food items across the world?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow.
It was one of my jobs.
Not that like you're acquiring it for ShopRite. You're sending it to these people.
Correct. So they had a part of the division was there were people who would call in and do their grocery shopping online as well. That was part of it. And I've done that as well. But 9 times out of 10, that's not what I did.
How interesting. I didn't realize that was even something
I actually loved that job. Like it was.
But you hate grocery shopping now.
What was that?
You hate grocery shopping.
Yeah, I do. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's not necessarily the act of the grocery shop as I hate the process. Do you know what I mean? Of like, whereas if I'm in the grocery store and I'm just picking the items and someone's like bagging it up and doing it, like whatever, it's cool. But the whole point of like taking it out of the cart and doing the whole bit of putting it in your car, unloading it, unbagging it, and then I don't know about anyone else around the world, but in New Jersey, we have to supply our own bags.
Yeah, they changed that law a couple of years ago.
So there's no plastic bags, nor is there paper bags. So you have to bring your own bags with you. So 9 times out of 10, I forget there's bags and I have to walk and buy like $1 bag and you're buying like 20 bags and you're just
I have so many bags.
Oh, it's disgusting. I
I've
spent more on bags
designated
last year
them
than probably my
by
health
store.
insurance.
I designated them by store. I have Target. I have ShopRite. I have the cold bags that go towards each store.
Wait.
It's very type A. Don't look at me.
That is just alarming.
I got my big home goods bags. Yeah.
So you bring them with you?
Yeah.
Like to the grocery store or to only those stores? Like Kohl's goes with Kohl's. The Home Goods goes with Home Goods.
So the big home goods bag is for home goods because, the things are very large there. Right. So I'd rather just have it all in one bag. But primarily Target goes to Target and my Stop and Shop bags go to Stop and
Wow.
Shop.
That's
type A? Maybe. Is it harming anyone?
No. But that's just a lot of like, that's a lot to really consider.
It's a thing in my head. I can't explain myself. Nor should I.
I don't really necessarily understand that, but that's okay.
This isn't for you to understand.
No, I got it.
I just am who I am. Whatever you say I am.
If I wasn't,
then why would I say I am?
No, I got that.
What I mean? Okay.
In the paper, in the news, every day I am. I don't know.
The radio won't even play my jam.
Yeah. Well, on that note, today's episode, honestly, is more of a free-for-all.
It's a willy-nilly, guys.
And what we mean by that is, as you've probably seen from other episodes, those episodes have been a bit more on a more kind of formatted basis. In this episode, what we kind of want to do is kind of get to know us a little bit more, and just kind of hear what kind of a normal Tuesday night, Thursday night, Saturday night, whatever night it may be, of me and Emilia just hanging out either in my kitchen or my basement, where we crack open a bottle of wine and we just kind of talk. And this is kind of you being let in and on the shenanigans of what typically happens on these episodes,
and
either before or after said episodes.
And what we're going to do, so that you guys can see how kind of hilarious we look, we're going to do a little visual of me and Chris recording. And I'm laying, I'm vegging, we're hanging out.
Also, yeah, this looks like my legs are 39 feet long.
He's a tall boy. So you guys are going to have to go on our TikTok and just see us.
Yeah. Also, too, we are gearing up for a party later on in the week, so all of that wine is not for me.
I don't even know if we got the wine in the back.
Yeah. Okay. Just double checking to make sure people were wondering.
But it is technically speaking for you.
It's for a party.
It's
for a party, technically.
Very excited. It's going to be a fun weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a really great weekend, quite honestly. We're having a ton of people over.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna are like at most 15 people. I will never understand how you have these expansive 40, 50 people parties. Like I can't wrap my head around it.
Yes. So it's going to be a viewing party. We're going to throw on some games. We're going to celebrate a birthday. It's going to be a really great time. But yeah, we have a lot of friends and family coming over. We have people coming in from out of state.
It's a big birthday to celebrate.
It is a big birthday.
And we got a big birthday wine to celebrate it with.
We are
Daddy.
just going to go wild.
Whoop, whoop.
So yeah, it's going to be a good weekend. I'm excited. We have
excited.
We have a friend coming in from another state as well. That's going to be exciting.
Good to see her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then it sucks because I have to leave early because the next morning I got to fly out to Illinois for a business trip.
Oh.
I'm so upset.
And that's right. I was about to say you're going to frequent the Windy City, or you're not going to have time?
Unfortunately, I won't have time. I'm going to, as soon as I get into O'Hare, hop on the shuttle and head to Nope, we're going to.
No, yeah.
That.
I was about to I was like St. Martin.
Heading to another portion of Illinois to a training facility. And I'm actually very excited. I get to meet everyone that I work with that I haven't interfaced with yet because we're nationwide.
Can I just say you are 6 months into this corporate job and you just said the word interfacing.
Am I one of you? Have I made it?
What do you mean one of you? You've worked in corporate worlds. I'm just saying that you've just adapted this new vernacular more recently related to this new new role.
I mean, my mentor.
Interfacing.
My mentor, Chris, in front of me just teaches me all these big words I would have
I
never
don't use words like interfacing. It was not me.
But I mean, I will be inter their face because they'll be right in front of me. I don't know.
I'm not really sure what that meant.
At this point, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of loopy. I'm having an off day. It's raining outside. There's probably a full moon somewhere. She's off. She's a little woo woo. And plus, we're half a bottle of wine in, so we're doing great.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But there's like 2 full glasses, so like they're kind of not really.
Still half a bottle. I would say a full bottle is like 4 to 4.5 glasses.
Yeah, but we still have a half bottle in there and 2 full glasses. I just think you're more looped. Oh God. So it's funny. So in the last episode, you actually heard us talk a little bit about perfectionism, and you talked about kind of us kind of recovering from it.
And we said today, throw it to the wall. Who needs perfectionism? Come as you are.
And the goal for today, which we were kind of saying to get to know us a little bit more, is the truth, because why? What am I talking about? I totally lost my train of thought on that. No, sorry. What I was trying to say was that last week was on perfectionism, and I say last week, although while that episode was published last week, this episode is actually taking place about 2 hours post that perfectionism episode. The reason for that is because of what Emilia just said. She's actually going away to Chicago, and we wanted to just stay on course. And given that we wanted to give you something that we thought was authentically us, I thought you could kind of hear what it's like to kind of be in our quote living room or basement, if you will.
Not great, guys. It's questionable choice.
No, but like we were just saying, we have a good birthday party coming up, which is really exciting. We actually, you know what's funny? We actually had a good, if we actually are kind of staying somewhat true to our handy dandy framework, is we are now on Spotify. I think we mentioned that last episode, which is really funny. We're also on Amazon, which is really funny.
Spotify, Amazon, we're on Podbean, we're on YouTube. Deezer.
It's kind of funny because we have 4 followers. We're feeling huge.
Guys, we're killing it.
I don't want to say anything, but like
is this
are we trending?
Is this what virality feels like?
I do kind of feel like at some point we're going to get approached by an agent soon.
I mean, by the end of the year.
Yeah, I do feel like people are going to say to us, like, are they them? And
they're going to say
yes,
it was a Pisces and a Gemini that walked to a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, immediately selling point.
Like, I don't want to say anything. Like, do I get noticed in the street yet? No. But do I think it's going to happen in the next year? No. Do you think it will happen? No. But that's okay. We're okay with that.
We are just going to keep on keeping on. And what is meant for us will come. And I think...
Tell me.
We're meant for greatness.
I really do agree with that. I do think at one point, like, my goal in life is to have an immense amount of abundance and wealth that I'm not ever concerned. And wealth doesn't even just mean financial. It actually just means like wealth of like, I want to be really smart.
Oh,
I want to
that
have
is
a
my
wealth of knowledge.
dream.
I want to have like a wealth of security, a wealth of comfort, a wealth of, not necessarily a wealth of friends. Actually, that's probably the one area I want to be a little poor in. It's like, I don't want to be
you
too...
are spreading yourself thin on the friend group, man. You are all over the place between work, between family, between friends. Like you are very...
But that's what we were kind of talking about in the other episodes, right? Is like having good, close friends. I'm so fortunate that I have lifelong friends that have just been there through and through. It's just like really great. And I don't know. It's just like, I prefer that. It's just a lot easier.
I'm very big on like having close friends. I don't believe in fair weather friends. I don't believe in having a quantity of friends. Quality is very important to me. And, you know, I run with a very small circle. Both my husband and I do.
You make it seem like you're in some street gang. I run with a tight-knit circle. Have our backs to the end.
Gaggle of goons, if you will.
Oh, my God.
But no, I'm very big on... It was actually funny. I watched a TikTok of Mel Robbins discussing friendships and how adult friendships kind of change over time. And like the 3 things that cause that are first is proximity. So having proximity to your friends, being able to see them on a kind of a daily basis, the timing of your lives. I think you and I are very close. We're both married. We're both, you know, kind of climbing up the corporate ladder, even though I got a lot of rungs to climb. And then another thing would be energy and the energy that you put into your friendships. And I think that's one thing that I'm very grateful for our friendships, that we both put in the intention of showing up for each other in any capacity.
Yeah.
And I'm super lucky for that with you, because not many people do it, especially once you get older. Like, you know, people are married, they're starting to have kids, like different work thing. And you and I said, no matter what it is, like we will still, you know, put in time and energy into this.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for you. And that's the only compliment you're getting out of this podcast.
No, same. It's like I was saying that like the circle's so small, and it's really nice to have like friends that you can count on and stuff. And I have to say though too, it's like some of my most like fondest memories were with like the closest people. You know what I mean? I don't remember a time where I was like, oh God, that one person in my life that like I never spoke to.
That one time at that one place.
Yeah, like I never really say that though, but I do think though, rest assured, especially when me and our friends are together, you know, especially this weekend too, it's like what is always guaranteed is like a stupid amount of laughing.
Oh yeah,
like,
and it's such a
like,
refueling of like
absolutely.
your soul.
Yep, absolutely. And it's one of those things where we can all literally say to each other, we are all going to go around with 58 napkins on our heads. And like, I'm going to have a lion on my face, and you're going to paint like, you know, a bottle of wine on your face. And I'm going to walk around telling, you know, everyone that I smell like BO, and like, and everyone's like, okay, let's do it. Let's just figure it out. Yeah.
And that's why it's like these group settings are so fun, because especially in like your group of friends that you have welcomed me into, like everyone's so non-judgmental, and it's just like come as you are. Like no one gives a crap.
Nobody
like,
cares.
You know, I come from a very small, like, it's actually funny. Don't remember where I heard it from, but someone was saying, like, before you get married, you should find out if your partner comes from an open family or a closed family. And I was like, oh, what does that mean? And it was like, open family means you had friends over all the time. Family was over all the time. And if you came from a closed family, you never had guests. And I came from a closed family.
Interesting.
And my husband came from an open family. So for me, like, these big, like, gatherings that you have, like, they're so foreign to me, but I love them so much.
Oh, yeah.
Because I never had that growing up.
Oh yeah, of course. And that's the thing. Like I'm fortunate that when we have a gathering, we try and do a little bit more and stuff. And they're certainly not ostentatious or in any bit. It's not that we have like fire breathing, dancers and
not yet.
Like those like martini glasses with like, swimmers inside it. Like they're not that. We don't have like Real Housewives money. Like we're not
yet, baby. No. That's what we're manifesting.
But I do think that we are very good hosts in that.
Oh, 1,000%.
While we try and we at least always agree and have at least one good conversation with everyone there. We're typically the hosts that, try and run around, make sure everyone has water, a glass of wine. They're trying always all the food bites, always homemade food.
It's so fun.
Yeah, and that's kind of like, I think that's kind of like a good question. It's like, do you think you're the host that people say you are?
I'm really trying to work on that. I mean, you were saying what you wanted your life to be. Like, I'm very big on this. I want my life to be full of abundance in the sense of I really want to be a giving person. I want to be able to, not that I'm not. I know it sounds like okay, I just realized how that sounded.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if that's like entirely true.
No, but like, I would love to be one of those people that can like go to Walmart and pay for someone's layaway.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Be able to, if you're at like a grocery store and you see someone that like, is kind of like penny pinching, just like swipe your card. Like that is my ultimate dream. Like I really would love to get into philanthropy myself. I mean, I come from a family of immigrants, I'm first generation born in this country, and I saw everything my parents had to go through, and I saw the community that they built around them, and I would love to be that person. So piggybacking off of that, like I really have always wanted to be that kind of host where it's like I will give you whatever it is that you want because I care about you so much, and I want you to be happy, and I want you to be, I want you to be comfortable in my home. And we've never had the space to host. So you actually came to my first pouty I ever threw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my husband and I threw a housewarming
very,
party.
very generous party.
Here's the thing. When I was growing up, this is definitely like a self-identity talk, but when I was growing up, my mom, when she threw parties, and it was only like, mind you, parties with very close like family friends, she would always like downgrade the work she did. And when I tell you, my mom home cooked everything, the bread, all the desserts, every single thing on that table was homemade. She made the flower arrangements, like soup to nuts is what my mom did. And every time, don't like how that came out. Ooh, is there anything?
Oh, of course.
Guys?
I do think that's the testament of a good host is like the critical judgment.
Okay,
of
well,
it.
no, I disagree because I hosted. Okay, so I've hosted twice in my life thus far. Christmas Eve with my family in our home last year. Almost had a mental breakdown.
Okay.
And then my housewarming party, which the theme was Martini Madness, and I actually love. I didn't think it was going to come out. I actually love the way the party came out, but I just feel like I didn't do enough.
Right, but so why? So hold on. So you're saying that you don't like the fact that you're self-critical on that?
I battle with my self-criticalness on it because if I like look back on pictures, I'm like, oh, that was so nice.
It was beautiful, yeah.
But then it's like,
I'm saying, I think a host always tries their best to have this vision of what the party is. And when it's like you thought to yourself that there's enough wine, and maybe you thought by making this up by 10 o'clock, you're only going to have one bottle left.
Yeah.
But instead that bottle's already being drank in your mind. You're like, I didn't buy enough wine. Right. Or you thought like nobody ate my cheesecake. It must be terrible.
Yep.
And it's just like, maybe they just don't like cheesecake. But instead you think like they don't like my cheesecake. I'm a bad, I'm a bad dessert.
Like I didn't clock their preferences, or I didn't clock their, like, I'm the worst person in the world. It is definitely, I mean, for sure it's an upbringing thing. And mind you, I'm new to hosting. So I'm still kind of figuring out my own groove. But I think like coming from hosting, like I think a huge dream, maybe in like the next 5 years, would be like a good goal. I would love to be able to host like a gala, like a fundraising gala for something.
Love that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about being able to give back that is just so pure and it's so fulfilling to me.
We did that once before 10 years ago, but we were able to give back. And then every year we actually have in December a wine and cheese party at our house. And typically there's always like a charity component to it as well. So it's not like a gala per se, but at the same time we do like some sort of charity drive, typically on Thanksgiving too. There's other things that we'll do as well.
Yeah, I think the mental health one is very big for me, especially since, as you know, my husband just passed his LAC, so he's now licensed. I think it's associate counselor, if I'm not mistaken.
Fantastic. So I will say that he is a very, very, very hardworking person.
He is. Thank you. I'm very proud of him. And I really, you know me, like I am the go-getter partner. I'm like, we got to do this.
I will tell you, and there's nothing better than when I roll up to a drive-through and
you're behind him.
And it's right behind him. Yeah.
Oh, I remember I got that call and you guys were fighting over who paid.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll get him next time. And I'm like, it's fine. You want to know what's hilarious? That happened with me and one of his coworkers.
Oh, no way.
When you and I used to go walk around the park, I feel like you and I always went to stop at that Starbucks. Yep. And every time, because it was usually around the same time of day, I would always go behind I would either be in front or behind one of his coworkers. And we ended up having like a Starbucks war where it's like he paid for me one time, I paid for him the next time.
Oh, nice. I love that.
And I remember texting him, I'm like, I'm going to get you.
You ever go to Starbucks and they've started the chain, like the Grateful chain, whatever it is?
That brings such joy to my life.
Oh my gosh. But
then you have one of those that like ruin it and they buy like 17 coffees.
See, okay, so there's a part of me that like, I agree, but like I still buy it.
Do you?
Yeah.
At some point, there is an egregious point where you're trying to take advantage.
Listen, if they bought 17, I can't say I would buy it because that is quite literally very expensive. That would literally be in Starbucks money. That's like $3,000, you know, and like Starbucks currency.
It's like 8 carry the 2.
Oh yeah, like I would have to like literally use my calculator to like go through it. But at the same time though, too, like I don't believe that I would break the chain for it. Like if it was probably under maybe like $40.
40?
Well,
that's generous.
But the way I'm looking at it is if you're a mom with kids.
Okay, all
that's
right.
not,
you're right. I didn't think about that. You're right.
If you're a mom and you got like I don't know, like I just look at it as like, in my opinion, I think Starbucks is a luxury brand.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
So I'm not saying that you have money if you go to Starbucks. I'm more saying though, it is a premium coffee.
Oh yeah.
So I tend to think if you're buying a signature drink, you're spending $5 plus most likely. So I mean I can tell you this, like the drink I normally get is almost pushing $7, which is egregious.
When I go in the city, mine was running like almost $9.
Oh yeah, it's absurd.
Insane. It's insane.
And that's just that is a real I don't know. I mean, not that I'm some, you know, corporate whiz related to Starbucks, but that is something that's a little scary for these companies, because at some point, like people like me are going to be like, I'm not spending even $7. I choke.
It. Yeah, we're starting to push it.
If that goes up like another 10 cents, I'm out of the market. Like it's not something I'd be willing to spend.
I remember when in college, I just love to, I'm not a coffee drinker. I like to like kind of Pavlov dog myself into thinking that I am. But in college, I only used to get, I remember it was a Jade Citrus Mint Tea, and it was $2.15 in college.
Oh wow!
I think it's now like $3.65 for a tea bag and like hot water. And like that was in the matter of when did I graduate college?
2012.
Nope, I took a year off. 2016. So it's been 9 years ago, and it inflated that much.
2012.
Nope. I took a year off from college, so I had that little like bump year. So and then I changed my major when I came back.
All right.
So
what was your first major?
My first major was history. I wanted to be a history teacher.
Oh, wow.
And the thing is,
what type of history? I guess it doesn't matter. Okay.
I loved world history. I failed American history. And here's the thing why. I love the concept of history. I'm not good with like when it comes to specific dates and things like that. And I think that's why I liked world history more, because you were talking about eras of regimes and empires.
Sure.
And it was more so like, what did this empire do? What did this like when they took over this country, how long was it for? But in America, it's like, what was the date of this and who signed this and it was too bogged down on the details. And And I remember like oh my God, I got a D in my American history class. And that's when I'm like, oh, I need to take a break and kind of refigure my life out. I took a year off. And then I started working at a bank during that year off. And I came back and I switched my degree to finance.
Really?
So that was my, I think, mistake, was going into college with a degree in mind. I should have just kind of been undecided for the first year.
Yeah.
Get my gen eds out of the way. So that was cleared up, good to go.
Yeah.
It was too convoluted. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But
Yeah, I will tell you, I'm not and this is not against anyone who has children. I personally, for me, it's just not a choice that I'm looking to have in my life. Is not really, but
that took a turn.
what was that?
That took a turn.
No, but I was about to say with it was that when you look at college today, I don't know if I had kids or have kids in the future, which highly doubtful. But if I did, I don't know if I would push college or not. And
It's so different now.
it's just so different now. It seems like there's so many alternatives. And believe me, like, I mean, college plus an MBA. I mean, I'm a huge advocate for anything educational.
Yep.
I would say, like, I just don't know if it's a 4-year degree anymore. It sounds like there's other faster alternatives to get into the marketplace and make a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
Or just be happy faster, meaning like going from high school, I don't know if it requires a 4-year degree anymore. It sounds like if you're looking for the quote college experience to be around maybe like-minded college people who have the same interest in sports and, activities, whatever it is, sure. But if it's truly the educational aspect of it and trying to learn a skill or procure a something that's different in the marketplace, I don't know if you need 4 years for that any longer. I don't think that's a true statement.
I feel like for myself and my future children, the only reason I would push school, I would push them to go away to school because I would want them to have that experience because I never did. I worked full time. I went to the local state school. I worked full time. Unfortunately, my mom was sick around that time, so I just didn't feel right going away. Sure. And I this, like, my biggest regret in life is not being able to live by myself for like a year. I feel like that it implements such a different sense of independence, self-worth, kind of like budgeting and your knowledge that you can do it by yourself. And I never experienced that in my life. And if I have kids, like, I just feel like I'd be like, go to University of Miami, go to California, like go overseas, like live your life while you can.
But why do you think that's like so important to you? Like, I know you just mentioned a bunch of ideas, obviously, but meaning, like, what's the regret or anything, or the pro?
Okay, so maybe regret might be a little bit of a
no, that was my word. That was,
I said my biggest regret.
Okay.
Yeah. It might be a harsh word, but like I graduated college. I was still living at my parents' house, and then a few months post graduation, I moved in with my boyfriend, now husband at the time.
Yeah.
And I never kind of got that break from being a daughter to becoming a girlfriend, fiance,
like a
wife.
Single, independent.
Yeah, kind of like a single. And even I mean, I'm sure me and my husband would have still been dating, but like there comes a sense of self-dependency that is fulfilling, right? Like, I have a very convoluted sense of hyper independence because I'm an only daughter of immigrants. There's a lot of generational trauma there that I'm kind of working through, but I never really had a choice but to be hyper independent. But I feel like I was hyper independent without actually being independent, like without actually standing on my own 2 feet. I feel like sometimes I lean a little bit more on others when I wish I had the confidence in knowing I can lean on myself. And not so much lean in the others in terms of like asking for help, but kind of using them as a crutch, if you will. I'm very grateful with how my life has panned out. My husband's amazing. I'm so happy that I was able to move in with him and experience that life together. It was so beautiful. But I think especially for women in today's day and age, we have to know that we can do it and that we don't have to depend on a man. I'm not saying I depend on a man, but there's just, I think, something empowering with it. And I'm a very self-empowered woman. I love the idea of personal development and female empowerment. And if you have a community of women around you, you are the luckiest woman in the world. But there's kind of a part of me that wish I like got to decorate an apartment myself, or got to sleep in a bed by myself that like wasn't a twin size bed, or had friends over and had girls' nights and different little things that didn't have anyone else around me, that it was just me.
Interesting.
Yeah. But like I'm grateful that like my husband and I, we are very big on like having our own autonomy and sovereignty in our marriage. And I have my girls' nights and he has his guys' nights. And when there are some weekends, if he has to work overnights, that I have the night to myself. And like those little moments to myself, I think are super important.
Sure.
Because I want to be able to show up as the best wife and the best friend and the best daughter that I can. And sometimes you need that self-reflection. And if it's just you sitting on the couch with a bottle of wine watching what I watched last time, Birdcage.
I think that's like the second time we watched that film.
I really like that film.
It's a lot.
It also makes me really miss Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I love that man. Him and Nathan Lane together. And, oh my God, who was the dad? Glenn. Oh my God, why am I having a brain fart? It's that dad.
Well, wait. Speaking of Glenn, there's one thing that you need to know about Amelia and I is that we were both addicted to the show Superstore.
Oh. I was like, where are you going
It
with
is,
this?
if you have not watched the show Superstore,
Oh, please.
it is a missing out opportunity. It
Sleeping.
is sleeping.
It's, guys, it has, you know how I feel like it's a millennial thing? Everyone has their anxiety show.
Absolutely.
My anxiety shows before you and I became very close were New Girl.
Yeah.
Brain fart, Modern Family, and what was the other one? New Girl, Modern Family, and Parks and Rec.
And Schitt's Creek.
And Schitt's Creek, it was kind of like a one and done for me.
Really?
It was. I wanted to hold it special in my heart. I don't know how to explain it.
Oh my gosh, I watched Schitt's Creek on repeat.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
No, mine was Parks and Rec, New Girl, and Modern Family. Ever since you introduced me to Superstore, I was literally watching it last night.
It is
It is so dumb, so good. And it's so funny too, because I feel like in college, like especially for me, I had a job like that where it's like you became family with your coworkers because of, you were just in each other's lives almost every single day.
Yeah, and I don't want to say it's like The Office because it's just different than The Office because it's the same premise of being in a superstore and you have these coworkers who have different characteristics and you kind of get to know the characters in a really big way. But it's like The Office in that sense, but The Office, which I adore and watch on repeat 24/7, you are missing out. It is by far one of my favorite shows on television.
I know you quote it
all day, hourly. Yeah, no, it is 100% just a show to me that just gets me. But yeah, The Office.
Our mutual love is Superstore.
Superstore is great. I will tell you, my other like guilty pleasure show has always been Schitt's Creek as well.
So like that writing is just like, such fantastic writing.
But like my shows growing up were pretty much always HBO driven.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's funny about HBO?
And a lot of people would always say like that is like a snobby thing to say because
that you had
people,
HBO.
Yeah, because you had to pay for it. I mean, you still obviously do today, but at the time it was like a premium channel. And I remember when we got HBO, and granted, I'm fortunate that we both actually grew up in a relatively nice, not even relatively, a very nice town in northern New Jersey. And as a result, we both went to school with kids that drove very, very nice cars, and they all went to the top schools, and a lot of people
had their Dooney and Burke purses. And
gosh. I remember there was actually a time where I was in high school and people actually were arguing over who had a nicer car. And it was like the difference between like a Range Rover and like an Audi. And I'm like, oh God.
We need a preface. Chris and I grew up in the same town, but because
different
our town was so big, we had a Hills High School and a Valley High School. So the Hills High School was the one that was a little more prestigious. In the Valley, you were in the Valley. Hills versus the Valley.
But very much both very much similar. Very nice schools.
Very nice schools, don't get me wrong. But like while Chris was arguing about a Range Rover versus an Audi, we were arguing over like a BMW and a Mercedes. You know what I mean?
Differences were pretty negligible.
And I'm sitting here in like my 1994 Mustang that like has like a faulty like air compressor, and I'm just like, this is fine.
I can't necessarily say I didn't have a nice car because I did, but I was not stuck up about it at all. No. Yeah. Like also too, and it's not in fairness, I did have a nice car. Period.
Yeah.
I did also have straight A's, and I had like a 4 something GPA, so everything was kind of paid for with school because I got a full scholarship.
Yeah, I was average in school.
Yeah, but that's okay. But it's just so funny because in town it was just so different. Like,
it was, yeah. And the thing is too, it's like, especially like from my eyes, like again, like I'm the first generation of the immigrant of immigrants, and it's like seeing people like argue over these like things. I didn't comprehend it in my world. Like, you know, like I remember people talking about like going to the mall and going to Abercrombie and Hollister. Like my mom brought me to Kmart. You know what I mean? Like
See, okay, so I did get caught up into it. Like I had, well, so I actually took it a step further. I went to, remember Rule?
ROOL?
No, RUEHL. It was like high-end Abercrombie.
I would not know.
So like, remember like Hollister was like, I think it was like I think a lower version of Abercrombie, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe American Eagle.
I would say it was American Eagle,
Hollister, Abercrombie, and then there was Rule.
I didn't get that far.
Rule, it looked like you were in this like, I don't know, this like apartment building on the outside. If you look up like the storefronts.
Was it in the mall?
Yes. Rule. It was like Abercrombie, but like, let's say the Abercrombie shirt was $50. These might have been like $70, but they were like these thick, really good quality shirts and pants and stuff. But like even Abercrombie had like a premium line as well, like their Ezra brand. Do you remember that?
I'd never shopped at Abercrombie, so I cannot confirm nor deny what you.
But yeah, but like I was an Abercrombie person growing up too.
Okay.
Remember
I'm an Abercrombie person now. I feel like they really
Abercrombie is
their
fantastic. Game. Abercrombie, honestly, H&M, Uniqlo, Zara is my go-to.
I don't like the layout of Zara. It makes me overstimulated.
Zara, the one thing, or Zara, is it Zara or Zara?
I think it's
Sometimes
Zara.
it says Zara, but I don't really know. But Zara, the only thing I don't like about Zara is that I think the gray floors drive me nuts.
It's very bright in there.
It is like so bright. Everything reflects off each other. I can't see literally anything.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Also, though, I also don't go to malls, so there's that. But I actually went when I was in Disney Springs.
Did you?
And there was a Zara. Yeah. And I think I needed something to like go out to like dinner or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, I'll stop into a Zara. But I don't actually know. You know where it was? I was in London.
Oh, on your cruise recently.
I was going on a cruise, and I needed white sneakers. So I figured Zara would have it, and I went in London, which was cool, but like it was fine.
I was recently in the mall. I had to go to Sephora for something, and like it's just changing every single day. Like from what you remember as a kid to like what it is now, it's so crazy how things just are completely like evolving all the time, and stores are changing, and what's closing and what's opening, and it's a lot. So I'm just gonna stick to being an online shopper.
But like, did you grow up like Saturday? Like we would have Friday night. Typically, we would have like a family dinner on Friday night. Mm-hmm. And again, I grew up in a wonderful household. Yeah. We were a very big nuclear family. Like it was really great. And so I'm deeply fortunate for that. And every Saturday was like, we did our Saturday kind of chores, if you will, in the morning. Like someone would typically clean the house. Typically it was my mom that would clean the house and do the grocery shopping. My dad would be outside doing more of the yard work stuff. And then maybe towards like 12, maybe 11:30 would be like everyone would kind of come together and it was like, are we going to the mall? And we would all like go to the mall and like do something. And it would be like, my mom would be like, hey, I'm going to buy you these jeans. Like, don't tell your dad or whatever. It was really, really sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a different childhood. I recognize, like, that was normal for me, but maybe not for other people.
Yeah, I mean, my mom was a nurse, and when we were young, like, in elementary school, middle school, she worked the 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. shift. And then when we started getting, like, on the older side of middle school to high school, she worked 7 p. to 7 a. So a lot of the times on the weekends that she'd be working, she'd just be sleeping during the day. My father was a electrician, so his shift was always 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. so he'd always be home. But we were never really like my parents are such hard workers, and I have to give it to them for them to come to a brand new country to build the life that they gave us, to be able to live in the town that we lived in. Like we were
my gosh,
like it actually hit me the other day when I was heading into the city for work, and I was on the Helix going into the Lincoln Tunnel, and I saw the view of the New York skylight. Like I literally, the only thing I thought was my parents came to this country without having a knowledge or any inclination of what this country would bring,
and built something from it.
And they built something so beautiful for me and my brothers, and I'm so grateful for that. And I had a childhood where like they didn't come to recitals, or they didn't come to certain things.
They took a left turn. You're like so grateful, and you go, and they didn't do anything like that.
No, what I mean by that is like they really couldn't take off of work. Like they worked kind of very I don't know if blue collar is the appropriate term for like a nurse, but trades jobs. Like my my father was an
But
electrician.
they had different responsibilities that weren't the traditional 9 to 5.
Yeah, it wasn't like a corporate environment where they're like, oh, and where, especially now where you work from home, saying, hey, I'm going to be gone for an hour and a half. I'll be back online later. So, but I now look.
But also too, to say an electrician and a nurse to go through what they've overcome, that's deeply impressive.
It is a beautiful thing to be able to witness them.
Talk about resiliency. Yeah. Hence probably where you get it.
I feel like sometimes I'm not as strong as them in the sense, because I feel like at some point, like, you either sink or you swim. And like when my parents came to the country, they started in a very questionable town, you know what I mean? And kind of more like inner city town that wasn't really, conducive to raising children. And they hustled.
They sacrificed, yeah.
They sacrificed a lot, and I'm abundantly in their debt, like indebted to them forever for what they gave us. And a part of me is sad that I miss out on some quintessential childhood things. But like, I would remember one Christmas, like if my mom was working the night before, she'd make sure to rush home so that we would all open gifts together. Like, aww. My mom sacrificed a lot, and I'm very grateful for that. It just makes me so much more aware that it's like there are certain things that I want to do when I become a parent. Like what you were explaining, like I would love to do that with my kids. Like, Saturday morning, do your chores, clean your room, make sure everything's done. Like, and then let's spend the day together as a family. Or like Sunday, like, I mean, when we were younger, it was Saturday cartoons. So it's like, put the cereal right in front of the TV, watch the cartoons. But I would love to be able to create little traditional things that you remember when you're in your 30s, like we are, that our kids can look back and say, like, that's really cool that my parents did that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, my parents were great. And I mean, even the stuff that I talk about in previous episodes of, like, perfectionism, I mean, yeah, maybe there's small things here and there that I could, kind of twist the screwdriver and kind of tighten up in my own life. But the truth is, though, is like I am who I am today as a result of their hard work. Like I wouldn't, I have no fault of or anything or blame, because truly a lot of their sacrifices are things that we wouldn't ever think of ever sacrificing, or we don't have to sacrifice because of them, which is really nice. Or at least for me, I could say that's the truth.
I agree. No, I mean, Tony Robbins has this very big thing when he says you are who you are, not because your parents were who you wanted them to be, but because your parents were who they were. Yeah. And I think that's super important, because like if you had the parents that you really wanted but when you were a child, like where is that kind of resiliency, or where is that growth going to come from having differentiating opinions, or maybe not agreeing with what your mom is doing or what your dad is doing, and making your own kind of path. Yeah. It's really important.
And I think too, like my parents were so different from each other, almost opposites of each other.
Oh, mine too. Without a doubt.
And like it was, I mean, in looking back, yeah, maybe like I don't know, like I don't know if having two of the same types of parents would have been great anyway. But the truth was I mean, I guess there was varying perspective, which was really nice. They both showed up just differently, you know, and it was just different. My mom was much more of like your day-to-day person, and you could go to with really anything, whereas my dad was more of like the bigger problem person to some degree. Okay. But I mean, one of the funny bits I've always said about my dad was I remember actually being in college, and I was like, oh, Dad, I have to write this paper on the Crusades. And at the time, I was in college. I was still maybe it was like probably one of my first papers I had to write as a freshman. Okay. And he's like, all right, well, like, what do you got to write about? And I tried to explain to him what the paper was. And then he goes, all right. And he was like taking off his tie as he was doing this, coming home from work. And he goes, all right, well, which crusade is it? I'm like, there's more than one crusade. Like I had no idea. And here I am being like, I honestly wasn't really listening too fondly in that class. I thought I kind of like knew it all coming from off the heels of my success in high school. Yep. And he goes, all right. He literally pours himself a glass of wine and starts riffing on all of the crusades, like one through whatever.
I mean, me and your dad have had great history conversations.
He is like so smart when it comes to this stuff. And he could like explain to you what happened, and he just is like, it all began with blah, blah, blah. And you're like,
it really is very invigorating conversations though when you're talking to someone that finds it as a passion.
Oh yeah,
it's such a great conversation.
And you could say to him like, yeah, hey Dad, like, you know, when Italy joined in World War II, he's like, they didn't join, they did this. And you're like, okay, I stayed corrected. Yep. I mean, that was just an example. Like he'll give you the true accurate statement of how things came to be, deets, quotes from presidents, from world leaders. Like it's quite interesting how he can like go about things.
And you know what's funny? It's like how different their history was compared to the history we're going to tell. Well, I'll tell my kids and you'll be telling your
Dogs.
soon-to-be niece and nephew. But think about it. Like, you know, they were talking about the moon landing. They were talking about JFK assassination, Vietnam, the 70s, like the AIDS pandemic.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about 9/11.
AI.
The housing crisis of
Yeah.
late. COVID. COVID's going to be a weird thing.
What's Operation Iraqi Freedom or like War on Terror?
Yep.
You know, it is funny though, because I do feel like though too, and I've spoken about this with multiple people before, is that I'm not saying that technology is stalled, but I feel like I miss the nostalgia of
the AOL ringtone.
Yeah, just not even like that, like as maybe as detailed, but I felt like there was always something to look forward to related to new invention. Like for instance, I remember it was like, you know,
I wonder if you're gonna go where my brain's going.
Well,
I feel like just what are you gonna say?
Well,
I wonder if it's gonna be
like
the
it
same
was
thing.
just like stupid stuff. Like, you know, it was first the Nokia phone, then it was a flip phone, then it was the Sidekick, and it was just the progression of that. Of like, or you had a laptop and then the iPad, and just like
I'm thinking like Walkman to
right,
the cassette
the
to the
iPod,
Walkman to the iPod.
Yeah, and and it just always felt like, wow, this thing holds like oh my god, it holds like 1,500 songs. Like I don't even know 1,500 songs.
My Walkman, I can do side A and B of the cassette.
Or like, yeah, then you have like remember the portable CD player? Like, and it doesn't skip. And you're
then
like,
it becomes a boombox, and you're like, I got a boombox that has the radio too.
Yeah, and you're like, wow. Then you're just like, what can be better than this?
I miss my boombox. I remember having my boombox next to my bed.
And then you would go to Radio Shack, and you would
mine
be.
was FYE. We were right by FYE.
Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah. I used to call it Phi. Then I realized it was FYE for your entertainment. I had no idea. But I was like, yeah, we going to Phi, and then I'm like, wait, they're like, it's for your entertainment. Like, okay,
that makes sense. Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah, no, it just, I don't feel like you have that today. I feel like today it's all about like this
instant gratification.
Well, yeah, or just it's even faster. It's like now you could process 80,000 apps at the same time, and you're like, how many apps does a person need? Like, I don't need, or like this has even more storage, and you're kind of like, that's awesome, but like I don't really need more storage. Like, what's next? Like, I just feel like there was always change, like big changes. And I guess our parents probably felt the same way too. Like whether it was the different types of cars they saw change, laptops change, or just internet change, even in general, forget laptops, just internet become a thing, you know, having internet on your phone, to having a smartphone, to having a phone at all, you know what I mean? To some degree, you know, just, you saw like TV get invented, and you know, flight, like a commercial air travel. Like you saw such probably great invention. I'm so envious that to actually hear from people that like really like went through or witnessed all these changes, because I don't feel like there's huge changes in air travel like since we've been born.
No, I think honestly the biggest change that we'll be dealing with is AI.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been reading studies and articles about how it's changing kind of the chemistry of our brain because we're not using critical thinking skills anymore. And it's like such a double-edged sword because especially in our industries that we work in, we have to learn how to use it. Like it's either sink or swim.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You got to figure it out. And you kind of now look, you're like, oh, for me, I'm like, what am I birthing my kids into? Like, what is AI going to do in terms of the job market? Like, I want to say it was a Diary of the CEO podcast. That's like my go-to at work. I love listening to those podcasts. I think it was like an old Google exec or someone that had to do with the invention of AI. And he was explaining how if his kids were to ask him today, Dad, what type of job should I get into? He would tell them blue collar jobs. He would tell them plumber. He would tell them electrician. He would tell them car mechanic. He would, you know, I think he was based in England, so like maybe like a farmer, like different things like that, because
everything's just being replaced by you don't need.
And it's such a weird thing to experience. Like don't get me wrong, I love me my Chat GPT. I'm on that girl once a day. But
Chat.
The chatty, but yeah, it's weird to think like what's life gonna look like? Not even in 5-10 years, like what's it gonna look like next
6 months ago it was like, so like AI is like this thing, like we got to start using it,
and now we're on chat like GPT-5.
Well, right? and now everyone's like, if you're not using it, you're behind, and you're like, what changed?
It's nuts.
It's like, and that's, I mean, don't get me wrong, like yes, it's wonderful and it's a cool invention, but it's just, I think about our grandparents or our parents who were to say that, yeah, like, you know, their invention was, you know, like the refrigerator, like, you know, like it's so insane. And we just have a refrigerator now. We're like, what do you mean there's no instant ice maker?
Yeah.
Like, I have to buy ice. Who buys ice? Right? And you're like, it doesn't make ice for you. Or like, what do you mean there's no water dispenser? There's no filtered water. And like, and to think like it's just what you have today. This is what the refrigerators have. Like, their standard. Or even back in the day, remember, like, cars didn't have a dashboard. Now today, everyone has a built-in screen and it's touchscreen. You have CarPlay. That's just like,
has nav,
right, it has everything in it. And it's just like, back in the day, you didn't have navigation in your car. That was a premium. I remember when I was younger, I would, in my spare time, I don't know why I would do this, but I would build cars online.
Shut up.
And I would just like customize them and figure out how I can get the price that I wanted and what auto dealers had it. And I don't know, it was just like something weird that I did. And I remember like there was like premium packages and the technology packages were like $10,000 because it was navigation. You had to get it updated with the CDs and everything. And you had to like, you know, put it in the dashboard, the whole works. And now it's like, yeah, it's just on your phone. Just plug it in. You have CarPlay and it lights up and it's touchscreen and it has everything you could think of and your phone's on your dashboard and it lights up and it's hands-free. It's like, wow, what about, like, that's absurd tech, but I feel like it's stalling.
I do have a quip with this. The built-in navigations are still from 2001.
Really?
Maybe it's just I have an
we had the same car.
But that navigation was literally from 2001.
I loved that car. Like,
I love my car.
No, like I'm saying like everything about it. Like the nav was amazing.
The built-in navigation.
Yeah,
it's so outdated.
Really?
Like the user face is just.
What year is yours? Like a newer?
Mine's a 2020. I just never because I never updated the navigation, but I also don't want to spend the money to update the navigation because I just use. Well,
mine was leased.
Mine was, and then I bought mine out.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. We spoke about this. Yeah, no, like.
And I love my car. Like my family is very big on like Japanese autos, so it's either Toyotas or Hondas, and I'm like, well, the Acura is a Honda technically.
Yeah, I love the Acuras.
That was my first big girl purchase.
I loved the Acuras.
Yeah,
I had 2 of those. They were fantastic.
They're so reliable.
Oh my god, I loved it. I had the ILX, which is the old TSX.
Yeah, so there's the ILX and the TLX. I have the TLX.
I had the TLX too.
That was the second one you had before you got
the gray one.
Yeah.
I loved that car. I felt so powerful in that car. Like I felt like I could take on the world.
Well, I was even like just looking. I mean, I still have a couple of years before I have to upgrade because I want my mommy mobile.
What do you want?
Probably like the RDX. Like you're
gonna get an Acura.
They're just so reliable. Like, listen,
you know what? I love those Kia trucks.
The Tellurides.
Did you see the inside of those?
Stunning.
Every time I see the commercial or like the Kias are like back in the day. Like I will be like straight up with you. I was always like, I don't know if I would ever get that car.
Yeah.
Like they were a little bit more like compact. The shapes were very odd. The lights, the shape, I didn't like the body types. I didn't like anything about them.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because it was Kia. I just didn't like the cars.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel the same way a lot about supercars. I'm like, these are impractical. Like I just don't really understand it. Granted, if I could afford one, would I get one? I don't know. Maybe. Like it's just not something I'm like really into, or like supercars.
I do love a supercar.
But like
Audi R8 is like a dream.
Yeah, but like, what do you do with it? Is like, I mean, it's beautiful, but like, I mean, honestly, I would probably get the Kia Telluride over it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like she's coughing.
They are beautiful, but the thing is, I heard Kia has a lot of mechanical issues.
I
can never give up my Acura because the 2020 I have has the 2 screens. And it is my favorite feature because I have my navigation on the top screen and I have my music on the bottom screen.
Yeah,
and I'm able to separate. I don't like. I
forgot
split screen.
The Acura has that. That's right. It has like
but
that.
They got rid of it after like 2022 or 2023, and I don't want to get
like the
rid
longer
of it.
screen, right?
Yeah, like the central dashboard is really short.
Yeah,
it's like a super long screen, and it has like a button, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel like that's the common thing now is the dual screen.
It's not. I've actually been looking for other cars that have it, and not many do.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's very upsetting. I love my dual screen. I have 3 screens at work. I need 2 screens in my car.
I know. I think I have 4. Yeah, I have 4 here.
Yeah.
It's like necessary.
You can't do your job on one screen anymore.
And granted, I will be the first. I'm kind of like a screen snob. I actually don't use screens. I use TVs.
Excuse the hell.
So I have 2 32s and a 50, and then my laptop screen. Yeah, wow. I'm that that person.
You are. It's a little excessive.
I have the arms too that like claw out and it attaches to the desk. I actually have a custom desk that I built myself.
Oh. Okay, Bob the Builder.
Yeah.
I bought mine on
You mean
Facebook
Chris the
Marketplace.
Carpenter? Oh.
I bought my arms on Facebook Marketplace for $25.
Wait, I'm sorry. What happened?
You know, like where you can get like it's like that singular stand and it has 2 arms that you can.
Oh yeah.
Mount your screens to.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wait. So okay, real talk. I've never actually bought anything from Facebook Marketplace because I also feel like it's like a living version of Temu.
Listen to me. I've cracked the code. I've found so many good things on Facebook Marketplace. And listen, I had to be scrappy in my day because I was unemployed and I was trying to, furnish a home. But you have to just be consistent and you always have to look for new in box or like freshly used someone's just moving. For example, I just got a dining room table and I love her. It was only used for 1 year. And it was used maybe like for 3 holidays.
Love that.
And I got it for 70% off what normal price.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What was like? Do you know the brand and stuff and everything?
It was Raymore Flanagan, and like my whole thing was the Flanny. I was looking for an extendable dining room table because we have big families and our families are now extending to like children and stuff. So I wanted something where it could be small on the normal. So I think it's like 64 or 68 inches on normal.
Love
and then
that.
there are 2 expandable leaves on the end and it comes to like 98.
Love that.
Yeah, so I'm like, if we have like a big family dinner, I'm able to extend it.
So you have 2 leaves.
Yeah, 2 on each side. Yeah, so I love it.
Huge.
And the thing is, like, I was searching for this table since we moved in last November, and I just bought it like last month.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, so like you
honestly,
have to be consistent on Facebook.
I don't know if anyone out there owns a home or an apartment, but the one thing that I actually am grateful that we were able to, but did, was spend money on a dining room table.
Yeah.
That was literally the one thing I was like, I'll spend money on that. Mm-hmm. Everything else, I was like, I don't really care. I don't care where the couch is from. I don't care if it's literally IKEA or Zara Home or Restoration Hardware. It literally does not bother me. As long as it's comfortable, I don't care what it is.
See, that's another thing. We bought our couches together and we were able, because we have a basement couch and a living room couch. I love my living room couch. That bad boy was on clearance for like 40% off.
Amazing.
The thing is, I've learned you just gotta search and be consistent with it, and you will find what you want. So I've had some really great. Like I bought a chandelier completely unopened.
Love that.
Bought that for like 50% off normal price.
Wow,
like
I've
got some good.
Maybe we have to do like an Emilia bargain hunt.
I would love that.
Like, and it's just like, okay, I'm in the market for a vintage teacup set.
Okay, that's a little extreme. But actually no. Let's
all right, so let's not.
The holidays are coming up. I am in the market for like an original like Mikasa or like a Mikasa like a serving set, like dishwares for the holidays, where you have like a serving platter and you have.
Is that a brand?
Yeah, Mikasa.
Oh, okay.
So Mikasa, they had that's what my mom raised me on.
Mikasa.
But like there was like a change in ownership or something where the quality went down.
Oh, okay.
So if you go, it's like Mikasa is one of them.
Oh, was that MIK?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And they used to have a huge warehouse in Sea Caucus.
Oh, wow.
And my mom used to take me all the time when I was younger. So like, but like it has to be original, like before a certain year. Honestly, a lot of people, you'd be surprised. Some people are selling Baccarat on Facebook Marketplace, Tiffany, like sets and stuff. So I'm on the hunt for a good I do have to also get a credenza to be able to host.
Yeah.
Host all of these things.
A denza, as we call it.
The denzi.
The credi.
But yeah, that is my new hunt. So actually, I'm gonna start dabbling into estate sales. But you got to go to the bougie spots in Jersey.
Yeah, you got to go to like Bergen County, like Upper Bergen County.
Yeah, Upper Bergen County, or like good parts of Morris County, like Livingston.
Good parts.
Short Hills, Chatham.
Isn't that Essex County? Hey Siri.
All I know is it's down 287.
What county is Summit in?
Summit is located in Union County, New Jersey.
Union.
Okay. Yeah, Union can be dicey. You gotta be in the good parts of Union.
I don't really know like what's in Union County.
Union, New Jersey.
Is that a nice? I know nothing about. Nice. It's kind of funny though because like there's certain areas of Jersey that you just know. Like if someone's like, "Oh, I live in Toms River," I was like, "Oh yeah." I mean, like I know exactly where that is. Mm-hmm. But if you're like, I'm from, like, make it up Penderville, and you're like, no idea what that is. Yeah, you're like, where is that?
Yeah, we went. I went to a distillery this weekend, and it was like in Bumble F. Like
oh God,
I had no clue where, and it was like a good maybe 55 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah, like farm
Yeah,
country
no.
Jersey, which I loved. It was beautiful. But again, like there's so much of the state that like we
You have no
we live in
idea.
a very big state.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's
Well,
not California.
No, but it's like, but in terms of like, I guess it's just so dense, and you meet people from all over, and you're kind of like, this is strange. Why, like, how have I never been here before?
There are such beautiful like little tidbits of Jersey that are
Like
really
a perfect example, like I've never been to Avalon down the shore.
Oh, Avalon by the Sea?
Right, or that's Avon by the sea. Then there's Avalon.
Oh.
Yeah, like you see what I'm saying? Like don't be like, oh, there's like Lavalette. Obviously been to Lavalette.
Yeah.
Like obviously Seaside,
Lavalette,
Seaside Park.
Orly, Seaside.
Yeah, like all like the hits,
Yeah.
you know, or
Point
like
Pleasant,
Point Pleasant,
Bar, DJs, Tiki Bar.
right? Like all of like all the heavy hitters.
Yes.
But like, have I been to Margate? Nope.
Have you ever been to Egg Harbor?
Actually,
Little Egg?
I've actually been to Little Egg Harbor.
You've been to Little Egg.
I've been to I've been to was it LEH?
LEH. What the
Yeah,
hell's LEH?
Little Egg Harbor.
They call it
No,
LEH.
I literally just said that.
Oh.
Or like Ocean City, New Jersey. I've never been to. I know there's like an Ocean City, Maryland, but then there's like an Ocean City, New Jersey. What's the other one? Like Long Branch.
I've been to Long Branch. It's really cute.
Like, never been.
Really?
I actually let me rephrase this. I've been to Monmouth University, but I've never been to like Long Branch. Like I know that's technically Long
Yeah.
Branch, but like I've never been to like
Monmouth. Is it Monmouth Eatontown?
I don't know. Then maybe I haven't been there. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Monmouth used to have. I wish I remembered what it was called.
they had a place called Pier Village back in the day, but I don't know if that's like still a thing.
Pure Village is in Long Branch.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
Happened.
No, but is that like I'm saying? I think I was there, but like I don't actually really remember.
Well, it's actually very nice now.
Really?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay, well that's good. I mean, I don't really know much about it.
Maybe next summer we can go explore the shore.
We do some exploratory.
I do gotta bring it on to AC. I know you have no want or need for it, but it is my happy place.
I find.
They have a Nobu now.
Was that supposed to entice me to go?
Do you want to go to Hell's Kitchen? Made friends with the chef.
No, no desire.
I do have. I mean, since you don't eat carbs, but like Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington is just top notch. I understand why he's famous.
Oh, but you were just kind of there like a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
I
I know you have no want or need. I love a good AC night.
Honestly, it's like Vegas. Like I feel like Vegas is like I don't care like at all.
Like if you do.
Granted, I've been there a few times, but meaning
Yeah.
like I have no desire.
But like for me, like we always do. Like when I go down, like you make sure you do a spa day. You make sure you go to. Like,
But you pay like so much money for these spa treatments.
It's the same thing if you. I mean, it's not a hand in stone, but it's like the same concept. But like it's beautiful.
But what do you? But like what's like a treatment cost? Like it's probably over 200, I'd assume, right?
I would say for like a basic massage, probably like 130 to 180.
130 would be actually cheap.
It's not, yeah, like that's for like the bare basics where they're just like rubbing, not a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you get the room.
You get the room and you get a little rubbed out, and that's all you get.
Yeah.
I do, but I am a sucker for a good spa day. Like a good spa day, like you get all like nice and like lotioned up. And then, like, you go to your room, you dress up a little bit, go to dinner, get a little slosh.
You know what's funny? I actually went to, in Disney, when we stay in Disney property, they have, I want to say it was at the Swan or Dolphin. The spot was gorgeous.
Really?
Oh my God, gorgeous, yeah.
I wouldn't think that.
Stunning.
At the Swan and Dolphin.
Yeah, I love the Swan and Dolphin. I know they're technically now off property.
Yeah.
But they are fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, though, I do think they are probably one of the greater hotels because their proximity to everything between being near Epcot and MGM.
1,000%.
And then you have the buses there. I mean, like, you can't go wrong. Plus, you could take the sky things there, whatever they're called. Like, you're kind of in the heart of everything.
See, I have to say, I have been overly spoiled in my Disney life.
Mm-hmm.
My first time ever going to Disney was 2021. I went for my 28th birthday. My best friend and her mother took me, and it was like such a beautiful, like such a overly generous, beautiful gift. I was so spoiled because we stayed at the Polynesian.
Yeah.
And like insane, like beautiful, beautiful. And then my husband surprised me for my 30th birthday. We went for Christmas because I am a sucker for Christmas.
Of course.
You guys wait until the season hits. Like I am just ring-a-ding-ding. We stayed at Coronado, and Coronado.
Yeah, it's a nice area, too.
Was stunning. Only downfall was it was just buses, and I did fall off a bus.
That's a problem. Yeah.
But it was like, and the thing is too, like, it was so extensive. The walking paths were beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it, and like I personally, like, I really love Coronado is meant to kind of have like a Catalonian vibe, like a Catalonian kind of like Spaniard vibe, which is like my favorite. And it was just like, even the music they chose, the smell of like the cafecito, like I was so spoiled. I love it so
Oh my God. Love that.
Yeah. I'm very lucky in my life.
Oh yeah. Disney is like, we try and go a few times a year.
I know, I'm so jealous. My husband says he will not go until we have kids, and I'm like,
oh,
he had a better time in Disney than I did because of Star Wars Land. That man bought so much merch. I didn't. All I wanted was an ornament. Never got it.
Oh, no, you gotta embrace it for all it is. Like I'm Disney through and through. Like,
I'm trying to force him to go down for Universal. If I can maybe get Universal, and then I'll try to get a park in Disney.
Yeah, I do like Universal too. I just feel like Disney, especially like, because I'm also such a ride enthusiast.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm into all of it, but I do feel like Disney just crushes it when it comes to the queue lines, the rider experience, the after experience, the gift shops. Years ago, the gift shops and kind of the whole like downtown Disney, which is now, Disney Springs.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Disney Springs.
Oh my God.
Expensive, but beautiful.
Incredible, but they did such a good job with it, bringing big names, bigger retailers, and I mean, there's a lot to do now. Like you kind of almost want to spend the day there now.
Honestly, it's funny. My husband and I have become like mall walkers.
Oh my God.
Where you just want to like go to like an outdoor mall or somewhere and just like look around and see what they have and just spend the day outside, grab a coffee and just, like,
Well, wait, have you been to Woodbury Commons recently?
No, but you and I actually have to go.
Wait, they have a champagne house now.
Did I not tell you this?
Oh yeah, no. So I went when they opened the day they went, which was fantastic.
You love it?
Oh my God, it's incredible. It is. I mean, okay, like I went with my sister, but like it's a little pricey.
Obviously.
But it was one of those where you're just like, all right, like we could like split a glass.
Like, are you serious?
It's expensive. Like it's
a glass of champagne.
Well, the problem is like, okay, so they have like Moet and they have Rui, as you know, which is really good, or Ruinart, but like they have all like the big names, but they're expensive.
Yeah.
So, but no, that
At
was.
that point, I'm just gonna come to your place.
They have like Tattinger, I believe. They have all like kind of like the big boys, which is pretty good. But yes, no, we have to go.
Yes, I mean, this is the thing. Woodbury definitely makes my skin crawl, but I do love a good Woodbury
Oh my God.
trip.
And they have fantastic deals. Like that is one thing I'm grateful for, is like if I'm going shopping, I'll go to Woodbury Commons.
Oh, 1,000%.
I'm not going into a mall. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I will agree on that, but it sucks because like some of the stores that I go to, like their Lululemon is trash in Woodbury Commons.
Really?
Trash. But like the bigger, like the night, obviously like the more luxury stores I heard are like top notch.
I mean, they have a Christian Louboutin now.
I saw.
Isn't that crazy?
Gotta keep me away.
They have, I mean, their McQueen store is really cool. They actually have an On Cloud store now.
I know you hate your On Clouds, but I love mine.
Yeah, no.
I love mine.
I don't.
Really? I didn't realize On Cloud is going to have a standalone. That's amazing.
On Cloud has one, but that
you
store.
and your partner's favorite store, Molten Brown. See,
Molten
I've never
Brown.
been inside it.
Wait, you have never been inside of Molten Brown?
No, you
Amelia.
introduced me to Molten Brown. I had no clue what you were. You know what you introduced me to? Molten Brown
Wedding?
and Lotta Rock.
Oh yeah, Lotta Rock chocolate. Yeah, Lotta Rock
Me
chocolate.
on that one.
So wait, okay, we have to go to Woodbury. You will be like, this. So now my sister only buys Molten Brown.
Shut up. But like, I don't have
Swear it.
Molten Brown money.
You do. So you do. They have really good sales.
Okay. All
It's
right,
the only Molten Brown outlet in like the
Ever?
world. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. They have one. They have a store in Soho, and they have the outlet here. It's really crazy. It is.
We should go for the holidays because I
Like-
think a good Molten Brown set is like such a give. Like it's
Oh,
a really
and
kind
they have an advent calendar, which is like life changing.
Chris, I'm gonna put my Christmas list in early. I
Uh-huh.
want that advent calendar.
Advent calendar.
You know what I need? I need to find a good home store, like candles, not like Bath and Body Works.
No,
want,
I hate that store. Yeah.
like a Joe Malone candle, but like not a Joe Malone candle.
Nest.
Like that. Nest. Thank you. That's what Nest or Volupsa. I love a Volupsa. Have you ever had them?
That I do. I just don't love the name. I feel like I'm saying like a body
Volupsa.
part.
Volupsa.
Like the it's like, what happened? Well, it's my volupsa.
My
And you go,
volupsa- my
"Jeez,
volupsa
again?
is
It's
sprained."
flaring?
Be like, wow, what are you doing that it keeps doing that?
Well, it's your volupsa. You go, here's the thing. If you stop eating the damn chicken, you're not going to have the volupsa.
You're not gonna have the volupsa.
You're not
at
going to have to
all.
worry about that. And then you go, or it's kind of like when you go and get your hair done, they go, what we're going to do is we're going to put this in. It'll give you a little bit more volupsa.
Oh, a little zhuzh.
Yeah, it's like it's a zhuzh meets volume.
Volupsa.
It's volupsa. It's a zhuzh vol. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, you know what? Welcome.
We're getting delirious. Yeah.
Welcome to a typical weeknight with a bottle of wine with Em and Chris.
I know. This was a lot of
This
fun.
would be like a fun little like series. Like we sprinkle this in once in a while.
We call this the sprinkle in. And that is what I like to call a wrap, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, sprinkle, you little
little
gremlin.
sprinkle back to you.
So, guys, I don't know what to say. We hope you had fun.
Yeah. We tried, I
You know,
guess.
there's not much validating coming from this episode. There's not much wisdom.
You probably didn't
but
learn too much today.
Maybe, but we had some laughs.
We had some laughs.
Some
And that's
giggles.
what
Matters.
matters.
You know, some little giggies on the pod.
But again, please make sure to subscribe, follow along. See us on Deezer, now TikTok.
Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, all the above.
We're on them all.
I'm like delirious. Okay, we
Yeah.
gotta go. But guys, I promise next week will be better.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Have a good one.